welcome back to Queen's Mindset. My name is Kimisha. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, what we do here is that we discuss things that are intimate. We discuss things about business. We talk about, we motivate, we inspire, we encourage, we uplift women all across the world. And guess what? We have a free orientation open to men as well, so you can feel free to join my channel anytime and just stop by. So click on any video to hear what we're discussing, because we're going to have some very intimate discussions. We're going to talk about many things that will be of interest to you as we look at life, as we look at business, as we look at all the things that affect us in our daily lives. So thank you for tuning in. But before we go any further, what I want you to do, if you have not done it as yet, is to like, subscribe and share this video, because I want you guys to be able to get all the information as it comes. Okay, now thank you for joining us. Thank you for going ahead and doing that. Well, today we're going to be talking about friendship. Why am I talking about friendship today? Because friendships are very important. There are different levels of friendships. We have friendship, but we can say friendship in terms of a business friendship. You can have friendship between, a mother and daughter within reason, or you can have friendship, as an actual friend. We actually have friends and they're your friends, and a friendship within your relationship too as well. Meaning friendship as in like man, woman, together, your friendship like that. Now, I'm talking about friendship. Maybe I should term this relationship, right? But why am I talking about it? Is because one of some of my supporters had actually had some questions around this, and I can definitely speak to this because it is something that affected me as well. Now, as you go through the different stages of your life, you would realize that you are growing. If you're not growing, something is wrong. You're physically growing, you're emotionally growing, and you're socially growing as well, right? So you're growing. So it means that the people that you probably would have started with, you're not going to find them when you're at the middle or closer coming down to the end, because what's happening is that each individual is growing at different levels. So you may have a friendship with someone and you recognize, oh wow, you're growing, you're expanding, you're doing big things, you're doing so many things. And sometimes it's not even about the things that you are doing, because we develop in so many different ways, and it's all about our interaction, our socialization, the way how we interact with people, the way how we see things, the people that are around us, our environment. There's so many factors that affect the way in which how fast we grow. Whether you're educating yourself in a particular area, so many things, right? But what happens is that each person, like I said, is growing on a different level. So you may find that the friend that you started with is a friend that you don't have anymore. For example, you might have had a friend in high school or secondary school, but now you're in college or university and you realize that you and that friend, you guys can't really communicate on that level anymore. Maybe they've taken a different path, maybe they've changed, who knows, but something has changed in you that now you recognize, okay, I can't have this type of friendship with this person anymore. Does it mean that you curve them to the side? Not necessarily, because yes, they may not be, that person may not be on the same level as to where you are, but that does not mean that they don't add some form of value. But that's totally up to you. You determine whether or not you think that having this person in your life right now is a good thing for you. But then there are some persons who have a challenge, like me. When I started to grow and I had friends in my life and I wanted to still be their friend, I wanted to still be at the level that we were, because it's something that you are accustomed to, something that you knew of. So, coming up, you're thinking, oh, this was my friend, like, we had sleepovers together. This is my friend, we did this together and that together, on the phone, talking together. We're always interacting with each other together, messaging every day together, calling each other all the time, having those conversations about this, about that. But now you have grown up and you're wondering, where is that friend? Well, I don't know if you've been there, but I have been there. And I know that hurts, because you feel like, oh my God, where's my friend? If you're actually my friend, why is it that you're not reaching out? Why I'm not hearing from you anymore? Why is it that all of a sudden you have new friends? Why is it that you're not, we're not talking, or we're not, because you still value and care for them? What's happening? And these are things that are going to happen. Let me tell you, what I've learned is that is happening because you're growing. That's it. And okay, Here's a brilliant example. If you start to stuff a bag, and you realize in stuffing that bag, you have so many things to put in this bag, but the bag is just a particular size. It can only hold so much, so it can only hold just a bit, but you have a ton of stuff that you want to put inside the bag. What's going to happen is that you're going to have a spillover. It means the bag can't hold anymore, so at some point the bag has to close up, because you want it to close, so it means that when it closes and it closes out here, this is as much as it can take no more. So all the other spillover stuff is just like leftovers, right? Why am I sharing that, and what's the analogy here? The analogy is with your friendships, there's only so much that can keep there. After a while it becomes a spillover. When you begin to grow to the point where you are spilling over, you can't fit in that place anymore, which means that it's time for you to leave. And leaving does not mean that, because sometimes we want to leave and we want to take that friend with us. We want them to be with us, be on the path with us, but that may not be their destiny. That may not be the place or the way in which where God wants to take them. That may just be your destiny. And the time that you would have had with them could very well be up. And just because that time is up doesn't mean that you've lost them. It just means that you've gone to another level. And it's not to be condescending or to look down upon people or to think that you're more than anyone else, to say, I'm on a different level and you're down here, because we don't get to decide which level is higher. It's just that that's the level for you, and where you're going and how you're growing. That's your level. And I had to learn to be okay with that. I had to understand that it was okay that some of my friends were not going to be with me on the level that I was at, because everybody has a different path to take. They're destined for different things. And just because that a friend that I had a few years ago is not on the same level where I'm at, does not mean that somehow I've lost that friend. It just means that they can't come with me. And that is okay. And if that's something that you're struggling with, I hope that this brings clarity for you. I hope that you can understand in my explanation why it is that it may not be working. And I ask that if you are, that you stop trying to force it. Because trying to force it is just going to hurt you. Because what you're going to do is that you want them so badly to stay at the level of your friendship where you were, but they can't stay there, because yes, you're growing, but so are they. And they're growing differently in that area, or going towards that direction that God wants them to go. So you have to allow that to happen, and if you're truly friends, whenever you link back up, you see that there's still a level of friendship. There's another thing that I've also had comments on. How can you call yourself my friend, but yet still, when I'm looking for you to support me, you're nowhere to be found? Now here's a good, let me just break this down for you. Let me dissect this, because I had a lot of this in my life. We had a lot of people who I would, I'll be there for them no matter what. Whatever is happening, I'll support them 110%. I'm behind you. If you're starting a business, I'm the first to purchase. If you're doing something differently, I may not understand it, but you're my friend, you're passionate about it, this is your dream, you have my 110 support, I'm right here with you. But when it is your turn, you're wondering to yourself, where is the friend? Where's the friend that I thought that had my back? Where's the friend that I thought that was there that I could lean on? Where's the friend? And some people make a lot of excuses, and you'll find that as well. I'm sure you have. You'll find that people make a lot of excuses because everybody's busy. Hey, everybody's busy. Everybody has a life. Everybody has things going on. That doesn't mean that that's not necessarily true. Yes, you may be busy, but some people use other things to replace other stuff. If you know what I'm saying without saying what I'm saying, okay? So don't be fooled by that. But I had to learn how to deal with that. And something so simply for that was like, it's okay. Because the friend who is truly your friend will show up. You don't have to ask them, you don't have to beg them, you don't have to question them. You will see them when you see them. And it's as simple as that. And I know to you are thinking, well, that doesn't really answer my question. How do I really know that this person is really my friend if I'm at them? You will see them, you will know. Because when you say, okay, I'm doing this, you'll find that you have that person that you can rely on. You have that person that's ready to sit with you and brainstorm and say, let's go through this together. They're coming up with ideas. They want to help you with whatever situation. And they're not looking for a moment where they can say, okay, I'm above him or her. I'm doing better than you. So this is my moment to crush you down. no, that's not the type of friend that you want. And you would know, because you would know how that you don't, when someone can talk about you when you're not present as if you were, you know that that's your friend. You know that's someone that you can trust. You know that this is someone, okay, this person is in my corner, this person has my back, this person is interested in my development, this person is interested in my growth. But if you have persons around you who are jealous of where you're at, and they grudge the level of success that you may be coming into, or may not even be success, it may just be certain attributes about yourself that they wish they had and they don't have, but they see it in you, and they grudge you, and sometimes they don't even understand that this is what it is, that they even grudge you for it. Because when you really get down to the root of it and you have those questions with them, you recognize, okay, so this is a problem for you. And sometimes it has a lot to do with self-esteem. It has a lot to do with perspective and the way how they see themselves. It has a lot to do with the way they were brought up. It has a lot to do with a lot of issues. Some persons have a lot of issues, and for example, with women, some of them have a lot of daddy issues. So these things affect them in so many different. People say, oh, I don't think daddy issues can affect a friendship. Yes, it can. Because sometimes we're looking for certain things from certain people, and then when we don't get that, we are substituted for that by looking towards another individual and hoping for that person to give us what daddy hasn't given us. And to us, we think that that's not it, but it really is. If we really sit and think about it, okay, fathers are known to protect your daughters, protect your sons. Fathers are known to care. Fathers are known to be dear to a provider, someone who provides. So now you may be looking to a friend to be able to provide. You may be looking for a friend to be able to protect you. And without knowing that this is some of the things that you're looking for, you don't receive it from the friend, and you don't think you're getting it from the friend. You start to react in a certain way without understanding that it's an issue beneath the surface that's affecting you, and this is why you're reacting this way. So I just really wanted to stop by to talk to you about friendships, because friendships are everything. Why are friendships everything? Because relationships are everything. In everything we do, it's important, it's critical that we build a relationship. In building relationships, we start with friendships. We start with getting to know each other. And nothing is wrong if you outgrow your friendship. You can move along. And I know sometimes it may be easier said than done, because we want to stay in a place so long. It's like the dog that stayed on a nail, and the nail keep jerking and it's hurting him, and all he does was that he lays there and groans and groans and groans, but never gets up, never moves, but expect for things to change. If you're putting yourself in a situation continuously, don't expect change to just occur. Hello, it's not magic. You have to do something about it. You have to get up. You have to be able to say, okay, I see that I'm not gaining anything anymore from this friendship, and it's okay if I move on. It doesn't mean that you like the person less. It doesn't mean that you don't care about the person. It just means that right now you're focusing on yourself. And sometimes you have to choose yourself. And I find that in friendships, we are afraid of choosing ourselves. Nothing is wrong with choosing yourself. You're not being selfish. You're not being greedy. What you're doing is thinking about the well-being of yourself, because if you cannot become a better person for yourself, how can you help anyone else? You can't help anyone else if you're not becoming a better person for yourself. So you have to focus on becoming a better person. And if you realize in the friendship that you have, there's no value, there's nothing that's being added, then it doesn't make sense to stay there, because you're wasting your time. And one of the things that you can't get back in this world is time. But you waste it, it's gone. So as soon as you use it, as you utilize it, it's gone. So if right now it's 6 o'clock, and wherever you are, 6 o'clock on that particular date will never come back, and it's the particular same exact thing, and exact same thing as everything has happened before. It will never reoccur. God in His wisdom did not create it to be so. So once it is gone for good. So do not waste your minutes. According to my grandmother, don't waste your minutes on something that just doesn't make sense. Find a friendship that adds value to you, that helps you to become a better person, that challenges you. You don't want someone that is a yes buddy. Everything you say, oh yes, I agree, yes, I agree, yes, that's okay. If you have a friend and you can't share with them, you can't be honest with them to tell them the truth without them becoming emotional, without them freaking out about the comments that you have to make, then that's not your friend. and then find another friend. That friend is too sensitive, and there are persons out there who are very sensitive, and you're in friendships with persons, and you see certain things happening within their lives, and you would want to tell them about it, but because you know that they're so sensitive, you're so afraid to mention it to them, because you don't want them to think that you are looking down upon them. You don't want them to think that you believe or you feel as though you're more than they are. You don't want that, and that is too much time and effort, because what is happening is that it's making the situation uncomfortable. You no longer want to hear from them. You no longer want to have certain conversations with them, because all you're thinking is like, oh my God, what can I really see? And then you're not being yourself when they ask you certain things. You don't comment honestly because you're afraid that it may hurt their feelings, so you try not to say anything, and then no, it's just too much. So I don't want to make this video any longer, guys. I just wanted to stop by to talk a little bit on friendship. It's so much more that I can actually share, but in the interest of time right now, I just thought that what I've said already is very much critical to the level of friendships that you have. Be cautious with who you become a friend with. Check your friendships, see if they're adding value. If they're not adding value to you, then you know what you have to do, and do what you have to do for yourself. Think about yourself in the sense of becoming better so that you can help someone else, because only when you're better can you help someone else. So this was Queen's Mindset. Just wanted to stop by and share a little bit with you guys. Thank you so much for watching today, and remember, like, share, and subscribe. Bye.